I have a secret. Whenever I like someone's video, they suffer backlash within 3 days. I always kept to myself and never used this power, until my depressed brother Jack was framed and cyberbullied by Lucy, a mega influencer. She kept staring at me. I was so scared, I was just riding the subway by myself. My brother couldn't take the blow and jumped from a high-rise. At his funeral, Lucy showed up live streaming and turned off her mic, whispering in my ear, "A loser like your brother getting to boost my numbers?" That was his honor. I smiled, opened her live stream and spammed the chat 100 times. "Hope you blow up so big, you live under the spotlight forever. What, too stingy to earn your dead brother some good karma?" Lucy had her mic off. The face that always looked so pitiful on camera was now twisted into a vicious smirk. Her nude glossed lips were almost touching my nose. The smell of her perfume made me sick. "Hurry up, there are 5 million people watching my live stream right now. Just type, 'Lucy is beautiful and kind,' and I'll transfer you 100 grand for funeral expenses." I took a deep breath and looked at Jack's urn in the middle of the mourning hall. He was only 19, but because he didn't give up his subway seat to this influencer, she edited the clip and posted it online, framing him as a creep. I lowered my head and looked at Lucy's livestream clip on my phone, the one with over 10 million likes. In the video, she cried beautifully, telling everyone how my brother had mentally bullied her. "Ha, I'll like it right now and send you my most sincere blessing." Then I started typing like crazy in her livestream chat. "May Miss Lucy's career shine bright. May she blow up everywhere, hit 100 million fans, and live under the spotlight forever. May Miss Lucy make money non-stop, rake in cash every day, and spend every penny she earns on herself. May Miss Lucy stay beautiful forever, may that face be remembered forever, and may she be the center of attention wherever she goes." I typed incredibly fast. Every sentence came from the heart. I truly wanted her to be famous, famous to the bone, famous all the way to hell. Lucy watched the golden comments roll across the screen, and a flash of wild joy crossed her eyes. She shoved me away. "Guys, the deceased sister finally understands me. Not only does she not blame me, she's even blessing me in the chat. Honestly, I only came here today to send Jack off one last time. I really never wanted things to turn out like this." She even squeezed out 2 fake tears and bowed deeply to the camera. The live stream chat instantly exploded. "She's so kind. That guy clearly had issues. What else can Lucy's haters even say now? Lucy, fly high. Lucy fans will always ride. Milk tea, clouds, carnival gifts, let's go." The screen was filled with gift effects, almost covering my brother Jack's memorial tablet. Lucy's assistant shouted excitedly from the side, "Lucy just broke 10 million live viewers. She's #1 on trending." Lucy covered her mouth, pretending to be shocked, but her eyes glanced at me smugly. Just then, her phone rang and she answered it. "Really? Chanel wants me as the face of all Asia-Pacific lines? Okay. I'll have my agent sign the contract right away." After hanging up, she strutted over to me arrogantly. "See that, Anna? Your blessing is my stepping stone to the top. Your brother's life just got me a luxury brand deal. Tomorrow, I'm throwing a 10 million fan appreciation banquet. Don't forget to come. I want you to kneel and beg me. Maybe then I'll consider letting you live." "Lucy, this is my son's funeral hall. Get out." "Ma'am, please calm down. I really came here to mourn Jack." The 2 bodyguards in black behind her immediately stepped forward, snatched the broom from my mom's hands, and shoved her hard. My mom stumbled and fell. I rushed over to help her up. Lucy turned back to the live stream camera and sighed. "Guys, you all saw that. It's not that I'm being unreasonable. Jack's family is just too emotionally unstable. My heart truly breaks for what happened to Jack." Next to my brother's urn, a live stream sales stand had been set up. "So I've decided that, on this special occasion, I'll launch our company's newest Calm Mind Tonic. This tonic treats anxiety and depression, and every cent of profit from today's sales will be donated in Jack's name to a depression intervention foundation. Guys, for Jack's spirit in heaven and for everyone still trapped in the dark, let's run it up, okay? She's so kind." The chat was instantly flooded with, "Lucy is a living saint," and "Lucy is beautiful and kind." Sales skyrocketed exponentially. Watching the sales numbers, Lucy quietly muted her mic and leaned into my ear. "Thanks to your dead brother, I made both fame and fortune today. Tell your mom to keep making a scene. If she does, I'll hold a whole live stream special and make sure your entire family can't survive in Haicheng." I watched boxes of colorful supplements pile up in front of Jack's urn, and it felt like a giant hand was crushing my heart. My mom was so furious she couldn't catch her breath and fainted. "Get a doctor, call an ambulance." The relatives descended into chaos. I knelt on the floor, pressing my mom's philtrum, then looked up at Lucy. I didn't cry and I didn't curse her. I simply spoke to her loudly in the gentlest, most sincere voice. "Miss Lucy, I hope this tonic sells out. I hope all your fans live long lives after drinking it. I hope you make so much money you'll never run out in this lifetime. Ha ha ha, did you finally snap? Still, you've got a pretty sweet mouth." The moment she finished speaking, dazzling effects suddenly lit up the live stream. Platform-wide announcement. Tom has sent 100 carnival gifts in Lucy's live stream. "Thank you, Tom." A glittering golden comment floated across the screen. "Whoever dares mess with you will have to answer to me first." Then my phone started vibrating nonstop. It was my boss calling. The second I picked up, a furious voice blasted through the speaker. "The higher-ups are blacklisting us completely. You're fired." The call was cut off mercilessly. I stared at my black phone screen and listened to the ambulance siren getting closer. Lucy walked up to me and looked down at me. Miss Anna, once you offend Lucy, you won't even be able to hold a beggar's bowl in Haicheng. Your ending will be worse than death. Boss, please give me one more chance. My brother just died, my mom is in the hospital, and I really need this job. Get lost. Stop selling me your sob story. If you keep bothering me, I'll call the cops and say you're trying to extort me. Only the busy tone remained on the other end. I leaned weakly against the wall, feeling like every ounce of strength had been drained from my body. In the hospital room, my dad sat by my mom's bed, secretly wiping his tears. In just 3 days, our family had been torn apart like it had been hit by a tornado. And the person behind all of it was now sitting high above everyone, enjoying the entire internet's worship. I opened my phone, and everywhere I looked was news about Lucy. Lucy's livestream sales surpassed 100 million, setting a new record. Mysterious tycoon Tom spent millions in gifts to protect her, sparking engagement rumors. In the comments, a few insiders were bitterly spilling tea. Tom is actually the live-in son-in-law of Mary's family in Haicheng, and everyone knows he's terrified of his wife. If Mary, the eldest daughter of the Mary family, finds out he used company money to send gifts to a thirst trap influencer and throw an engagement banquet, she'll skin him alive. But those comments were quickly drowned out by Lucy's paid comment army. I sneered and opened my DMs. Your brother was a pervert. Good thing he died. Why doesn't your whole family just die with him? You still dare mess with our Lucy? Anna, we already found your home address. Get ready for funeral wreaths. Just then, I received a picture message. It was a photo of my front door. 2 huge words had been splashed across it in red paint. Go die. Dead rats and tattered funeral wreaths were piled at the entrance. My dad walked out of the hospital room. Someone in black brought this just now. They said Lucy sent it for you. I took the invitation, opened it, and saw the words written on it. Lucy's 10 million fan appreciation banquet and engagement ceremony held at the top 7-star hotel in Haicheng. Anna, tonight at 8, kowtow 3 times. As long as you sign a forgiveness letter admitting your brother was a pervert, I'll show mercy and spare your family. On the back of the note were my parents' current hospital room number and the workplaces of several of my relatives. This was a naked threat. I took a deep breath, crumpled the note into a ball, and threw it in the trash. My dad grabbed my sleeve. Anna, don't go. We can't beat them. Worst case, we go back to our hometown and leave Haicheng. Dad, don't worry. Not only am I going, I'm bringing her a huge gift. I turned and walked out of the hospital, then called Lucy's agent. Lucy said that as long as you come to the banquet tonight, kowtow 3 times, and admit your brother was a pervert, she'll show mercy and spare your whole family. Fine, I'll go. Countless reporters had their cameras lined up, flashes lighting the room like daytime. Next to Anna stood a middle-aged man with a big belly and a greasy face. That was the legendary #1 donor, Jack. The second I stepped into the banquet hall, every eye turned to me. Isn't that the sister of the guy who jumped? How does she still have the nerve to show up? She has no shame. I heard Anna is kind. As long as she apologizes, Anna will let them go. The whispers around me scraped across my face like knives. When Anna saw me, her eyes lit up. She immediately picked up the microphone. Everyone, quiet down. Today, I also want to give a special thanks to one guest, Miss Lucy. Although your brother caused me irreversible harm, I'm willing to give you a chance to make things right. 2 bulky bodyguards walked over, grabbed my shoulders from both sides, and forced me to the front of the stage. Then they threw a document in front of me. Sign it. Admit your brother was a mentally ill creep who spied on people. Then kneel and apologize to me. After that, we'll call it even. I looked down at that so-called settlement letter. Every single line was smearing my dead brother's name. Everyone was waiting to laugh at me, waiting for me to give in. I slowly raised my head and looked at Anna's smug face. Right in front of all the media, I calmly pulled out my phone. Then I opened Anna's engagement party livestream. Jack sneered. What, scared now? Trying to beg for mercy online? I ignored him and firmly tapped the red heart button on the screen. Miss Anna, I just gave you a like. Now I wish tonight's grand show never ends. I wish your truest self will be remembered by the whole world. I wish your #1 donor stays loyal to you till death. May your love move heaven and earth and become known across the internet. My voice echoed through the massive banquet hall. Anna froze and Jack frowned. The reporters below looked at one another, thinking I had lost my mind. Just then, Jack's phone suddenly rang. It was an extremely creepy ringtone. He fumbled to pull out his phone. In his panic, he tapped who knows where. The giant LED screen in the center of the hall suddenly let out a harsh electric buzz. At that critical moment, Jack's phone somehow connected itself to the hall's Bluetooth screen mirroring system. His private video folder popped up on the screen and started playing automatically. Anna looked at the screen and screamed in horror. Jack, your phone is connected to the big screen. Turn it off. I'm about to land that top luxury endorsement. Baby, you're really ruthless. Those fans are idiots. Shed a couple tears and they start throwing money at you. Exactly. A bunch of broke suckers. They really think I see them as family. The moment that recording played, the whole room went dead silent. Then came an uproar like a tidal wave. The reporter's camera flashes nearly blinded everyone as they aimed wildly at the big screen and the 2 people on stage. So Anna is really this kind of person. She's vicious. She actually called her fans broke suckers. I sent her 2 sports car gifts yesterday. Run, no! The backlash had only just begun. I stood there looking at Anna's face twisted in sheer panic, without the slightest ripple in my heart. My blessing, your truest self will be remembered by the whole world, had come true perfectly. Jack roared in rage. Security, where the hell is security? Smash that screen! Just then, the banquet hall doors were kicked open. A furious, richly dressed, middle-aged woman stormed in with more than a dozen bodyguards. Jack, you bastard! The woman pointed at Jack on stage and cursed him out. The moment Jack saw her, he looked like a mouse seeing a cat. All his arrogance vanished, and his legs started shaking. Honey, why are you here? This woman was Jack's real backer, Emma, the daughter of a truly wealthy family in the city. Emma ignored him completely, rushed straight onto the stage, grabbed Anna by the hair and slapped her hard across the face. Anna struggled desperately and cried to Jack for help. Jack, save me! But Jack hid in the corner, too scared to say a word. Emma kicked Anna hard in the stomach, and the heel of her high heel dug right in. You spend my money to keep boy toys? Beat her to death. Don't kick my stomach, I'm carrying Jack's child. Anna clutched her stomach and rolled on the floor, screaming until her voice cracked. Emma stopped. She pulled back the high heel she was about to kick with. The reporters instantly turned their cameras toward the woman on the floor. Jack was stunned. He stared at Anna's stomach, unable to say a word for a long time. I stood in the shadows, still holding the microphone. With a scene this good, someone had to add fuel to the fire. So I tapped the microphone. 2 dull thumps came through the speakers. The whole room's attention turned back to me. Miss Anna, what happy news. I wish you and your baby good health. I'm sure the baby in your belly will be a genius. And I especially wish that child is absolutely 100% Jack's biological flesh and blood. That jinx hit clean. The second I finished speaking, Jack's face turned dark red, veins bulging on his forehead. He rushed forward in a few steps. He grabbed Anna by the hair and yanked her up. What the hell are you talking about? I got a vasectomy 3 years ago. My test results showed nothing active at all. Whose damn kid are you carrying? The whole place completely lost control. At this point, even the seasoned reporters started rubbing their temples as camera flashes lit the hall like daytime. Anna didn't even wipe the blood from the corner of her mouth. She froze in place, her eyes nearly popping out. No way, Jack, you're kidding, right? At that moment, Jack felt like a giant green hat had been slapped on his head. His pride as a man had been crushed into the floor. He swung his arm wide and slapped her across the face with full force. Anna was sent flying and crashed into a champagne tower taller than half a person. Wine and glass shards poured all over her. Her expensive custom gown was ruined, and she looked too pathetic to watch. Emma dusted off her hands and spat. Then she took out her phone and held down the voice message button. Tom, draft the divorce papers. Jack kept a mistress and still got cheated on. Tell the old man to make sure Jack leaves with nothing. Not even his underwear. After giving the order, Emma left with her bodyguards without looking back. Jack's legs gave out and he dropped to his knees. He crawled over to grab Emma's leg, only to be kicked away. Without Emma's family power, he could barely afford fried noodles from a street stall. Where was that usual arrogant attitude now? No one bothered with the big screen anymore. The live stream was still going, and tens of millions of viewers nearly crashed the servers. Internet storms never play fair. In less than half an hour, Anna's old private photos from when she worked as a karaoke hostess and her tax evasion ledgers, plus security footage of her scalding an assistant with boiling water, were all dumped online. Her rivals kicked her while she was down without hesitation. The harshest comments came from fans who had called her wife just yesterday. Refund me. Give back the gifts I sent. Evil influencer, murderer. Give my brother his life back. Once people turned on her, they left fast. Soon, the huge banquet hall was so empty not even a waiter remained. Only a mess of broken glass. Anna lay in the ruins of the champagne tower, her hair tangled, her face covered in blood mixed with dripping wine. She struggled to lift her head, her eyes crossing the hall and locking onto me. Lucy, you did this to me. I'm going to tear you apart. Careful with your words, Miss Anna. I'm just an ordinary woman who can't hurt anyone. I've been blessing you this whole time. I spread my hands innocently and looked down at Anna lying on the floor. She struggled to get up and grab me, but the police who arrived pinned her down. Anna, we received a real name report. You are suspected of major tax evasion and fraud. Please come with us. With a cold click, handcuffs locked around the wrists where she had once shown off a diamond ring worth millions. Anna completely broke down. She struggled desperately, screaming like a madwoman. Let me go, I'm a huge influencer, I know powerful people, you can't arrest me! The police ignored her shouting and forced her into the police car. Over the next 3 days, Anna learned what real hell felt like. Her tax evasion was confirmed, and the back taxes and penalties reached hundreds of millions. Every branch she represented announced they were cutting ties and demanded massive breach of contract fees. She tried using a burner account to speak online, crying that she had been framed and trying to win back sympathy from her fans. But my blessing, your truest self will be remembered by the whole world, was still working. Every apology video she posted somehow turned into unedited footage of her insulting fans and showing off her wealth. The more she tried to clean her name, the worse it got. The whole internet boycotted her. Even worse, strange changes started happening to her body. Her once carefully sculpted face, built through countless cosmetic procedures, suddenly became badly inflamed. The implant in her nose pierced through her skin, the filler in her chin shifted, and her whole face festered like a melting wax figure. 3 days later, I got a call from the hospital. Anna had been released for emergency medical treatment because of a severe facial infection. I carried a fruit basket. Then I casually walked into her hospital room. A sharp, rotten stench filled the air. Anna's head was wrapped in gauze with only her bloodshot eyes showing. She screamed at the mirror in a voice that barely sounded human. "Doctor, why does my face look like this? I have to meet investors tomorrow." "Investors? Anna, did the infection reach your brain too? You still think you're that untouchable top influencer?" The hospital room door was shoved open. Anna's manager stood at the doorway wearing 3 masks, her face full of disgust. She refused to take even one step inside and tossed a thick legal notice onto Anna's bed like she was throwing away trash. "The company has decided to sue you for massive damages. Your houses and cars will be seized this afternoon. You've been completely blacklisted. Stay here and wait to rot." After saying that, the manager covered her nose and left without looking back, as if avoiding a plague. Anna stared blankly at the legal notice, and the light in her eyes went out completely. She had lost everything and was buried under debts she could never repay. The once untouchable mega influencer had now fallen straight into the mud.